ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्दा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 7, verse number 25. So we read how Uddhava, he approached Sri Krishna and then he asked him to instruct him. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he gave instructions, and first he said that human beings can uplift themselves by using their own mind and intelligence through their experience, prataksha and anuman. So this is very important point which he he makes here, because most people do not learn from their own experience. We can learn from others' experience. That's why we have scriptures, we have all these stories, anecdotes, all the Rasastra, various fables, stories of animals. So this is to teach us that we can learn from experience of others through the stories. But here he is saying how we can learn from our own experience also. And the interesting thing which he is going to describe, how this Avdhuta he is learning just looking at things, not by any experience, but just analyzing the characteristics of even insentient objects like earth, water, fire, air and so on. All the elements are taken as teachers, as if they are teaching us something. So this is something very unique, and it shows how fine intelligence he has, that he is able to see things. Because generally we are occupied by our desires and we see things according to our desires. But since he is beyond that, therefore he is seeing them differently. Same object can be seen by different people and it is understood or it is perceived as very differently. So this also shows that how a person can even learn from insentient objects. So for that he says that there is a story of Avdhuta who was seen by King Yadu, and Yadu questioned him. So that is the story he is going to tell here. So he says, Avdhutam dujam kanchit charantamukuto bhayam kavim niriksha tarunam yadupapracha dharmavrit. He says that knower of dharma, Yadu Maharaj, who saw a Brahmana who was an Avdhuta. So Avdhuta means who does not follow social conventions. It's called Avdhuta. Dhuma company dhatu means to shake. So as if he has shaken the rules and regulations, dusted them away. He is beyond them, that is called Avdhuta. So he saw that he was akuto bhayam, he appeared very fearless, but he looked intelligent, kavim, and he was young. So he asked him question. There is no comment on this. Yaduru Vacha. So the king Yadu, he asked as follows. Kuto buddhiriyam brahman akartuho suvisharada yama sadhya bhavan lokam vidvans sharati balavat. So he said that, O Brahmana, from where have you got this wisdom? Kuto buddhiriyam brahman. Because I see that you are not engaged in any activities, so it is not that you have learned by your own experience, but your wisdom is suvisarada, it is vast wisdom, and from where have you attained it? And now I see that you are wandering just like a child. So means child here means that child is not planning anything about the future, not concerned, but lives in the present, in a very playful mood, no anxiety, no stress. Children generally do not have that. So He says that from where have you got this wisdom, this intelligence? Prayo dharmartha kameshu vivitsayam cha manavaha hetuna eva samihante ayusho yashasha shriyaha. So he says that generally people engage in the activities of dharma, artha and kama with the intention to know and for the purpose of their life, for fame and for wealth. So in other words, dharma, artha and kama, they are not really the ultimate purushartha, ultimate goal of life. Although there are 4 purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama and moksha, but dharma is not ultimate purushartha because dharma is not for the sake of dharma. People do dharmic activity because they want something from it. They want happiness, they want to go to heaven. Same is artha, wealth. It's also not that. And kama means objects. Kama here means objects of senses. So vivitsayam cha manava, so to know them, to acquire them, hetuna eva samihante, they engage in activities with some hetu, and ayusho yasya shriya. So it says 3 things for wealth, fame, beauty, for that reason. So dharmartha kamesu vividasayam atma vichare ayur adir hetu kamnaya eva samihante. So when they think about themselves in relationship with dharma, artha and kama, that they want to understand or they want to follow it, so he says that they do it with the intention of this life, etc., and not just for the sake of dharma, etc. But he says you are different. Tvam tu kalpaha kavir daksha subhago amrita bhashana na karta neha se kinchit jado unmatta pisachavat. So some people, they do not engage in dharma, etc., because they are not capable. Because even to engage in dharmic activity, some qualification is required. Whether it is knowledge, physical ability, you also need some wealth. So arthi, samarthi, vidwan, that is the qualification. You have to be arthi, you must have the wish to achieve something, then only you do it. Samarthi, you should be also capable. You need some physical health, you need some wealth. And vidwan, you also have to be knowledgeable to do it. And if you are not like that, then you don't do it, or you are unable to do it. So he says, but you are not like that, you are a kalpa, you have the capability, but still you are not engaged. And you are kavi, you are knowledgeable, you are daksha, you are experts. So some people may not do an activity because they don't know how to do it. They don't do it because they are not daksha, they are not good at it. Subhaga, you also have good fortune. So some people have misfortune, means they may have some obstacles, the situation is not good. Although they want to do, they can do, they have knowledge to do, but there are some obstacles. So some avrodha, some anishta. So then they don't do it, but you are not like that. And amrita bhashana, and you have very beautiful speech. Although he doesn't know, he has not spoken yet. But still he says you are amrit bhashana. So maybe he had little dialogue. Although here there is nothing. So he says, na karta ne ihase. So although you have all these good qualities, you are knowledgeable, you are young, you are controlled, You are expert, you seem to have good fortune, but still I see that you are not engaged and you don't seem to endeavor for anything. And you are walking around like an ignorant person, jada unumatta pisachavat. So jada means ignorant, foolish. Unumatta means like crazy fellow. And pisachvat means as if you have been possessed by a ghost. So that's how you appear to be. So that is very strange. So tvam tu na kasyachit karmanah karta na cha kamapi ihase. So you are not agent of any action and you don't seem to be desiring to do something. You are not making any effort to do something. So is it that you are unable to do? He says no. Tatra kalpa iti natu asmarthena. You have the capacity. So therefore it is not that you don't engage in action because you are incapable of acting. And kavi, you are also not doing something because you are ignorant, but you are kavi. Kavi means knowledgeable. Kaviriti na ajnanena. Daksha. Sometimes you have knowledge or information but you still don't know how to do it properly. So he says that is also not true that you don't have knowledge to do well. So daksha iti, you are daksha netu anapunyena. Subhaga iti natu karupyena. Subhaga means good fortune. We takes here as beauty. You are also beautiful. So it is not that you are not desiring beautiful girl because you are not beautiful yourself. So somebody is not beautiful, he says, well, no girl is going to like me, so I don't try for it. So he says, vanitadi kam ichchasi, that you are not desiring young woman, not that you are not beautiful. So you are subhaga. And mit bhashana iti netu avagmitaya kenapi sahsan lapam. You also don't desire to talk with anybody, not that you don't know how to talk or your speech is very coarse, harsh. People will get put off by some person's talk. So he says, you are Amrit Bhashan. You have very sweet voice. Still you don't desire to talk anything. Kintu etadrisho api jadadivat vartase. So although you have all these nice qualities, yet you are behaving like an ignorant person. Like somebody who is mentally disturbed or someone who is possessed by a ghost. If some person gets possessed by a ghost, then they also cannot function normally. So you don't have any of these things, but still you are behaving like this. Janeshu dahiya maneshu kamalobha davagnina natapyase agnina mukto gangam bhastaiva dvipaha. So he says that people here in the material world, they are as if burning in the fire of desires and greed. So lust and greed, they are tormenting everybody here in this material world. You will not see somebody who is not having this or who is free from this. And these are the cause of trouble. All the troubles are caused by material attachments, material desires and greed. People have enough, but still they want more and more and more. So they are not satisfied and there is no limit. So this is like forest fire, Davagni. So they are like in the midst of forest fire, from all sides they get trouble. But you are not troubled by any of these things. As if You are standing like an elephant who runs from the forest fire and goes and stands in the midst of a river. So cool water is flowing, the forest is on fire. So you are like that, you are seeing the forest on fire, means you see people how they are troubled, janesu dahiyamanesu. But you are not disturbed by anything. So he says, kincha tarunasyapi tava kamadi santapo na kuta iti pritchati janeshati. So he says that how is that you are not disturbed by the lust although you are young? Because lust is there even in old people, but especially those who are young, they are more tormented by the lust. So you are young, but I see that you are very peaceful, no disturbance. So how is it? How is that you have managed it? How is that you have become free from kama, which Krishna says is an enemy? Jahi kamam, jahi shatrum mahabaho, kama rupam durasadam. So it says that you kill this enemy in the form of lust, which is very difficult to subdue, durasadam. But you seem to have conquered over it. How is that you have managed that? Tvam hi na prichatam brahman atmanyananda karanam bruhi sparsha vihinasya bhavatah kevalatmanah. So he says that you please speak to us, you inform to us that how is that you are free from all this and you are not troubled by any of these problems and you are engaged in the ananda of your Atma. Brahman Atmani Ananda Karana. So what you call as Atma Rama. So Atma Rama means who is satisfied with his own self. And you are having absolutely no desire for sparsha. So sparsha means touch, but sparsha is also used for the sense objects. Sometimes sparsha is used for the senses. So here it means the sense objects because it says sparsha vihinasya bhavata keval atmana. You are as if situated only in your own self. So how is that you have attained such a state? So mukhameva vartam kathayati iti nyayena drishyamana etavan anandasya tav kuta iti pritchati. How does he know that he is free from all this? So he says that your face itself is speaking about all this. As they say in English, that face is the index of the mind. So you can see the state of the mind of a person by seeing the face of a person. When person is peaceful, face looks one way. When person is disturbed, angry, sad, happy, so all this can be seen in the person's face. Of course, actors are also there. So in their case, you cannot say it is the index of their mind. But in general, common people, by looking at the face, you can understand the state of their mind. So therefore, he also saw this, drishyamana etavam. So he sees that this avdhuta is full of bliss. So he is asking, from where is this bliss coming? Kutah iti pritchati. Tvam hi iti sparsha vishaya bhoga. The word sparsha means objects of enjoyment. Keval atmanah ekakina. And you are just with yourself. So एकाकी रहस्य स्थिता सुचौदे से प्रतिष्ठापन. So remaining in a solitary place, arati jana sansadi, this is sign of intelligence. Krishna says that those who are wise people, they avoid crowds. So he says you are kevalatmana, you are just by yourself. So what is making you to be like this? Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Sri Krishna said, Yaduna evam mahabhago brahmanyena sumedhasa prishtaha sabhajita praha prashrayavanatam dvijaha. So King Yadu, who was very devoted to the Brahmanas and who was Sumedhasa, who was intelligent, so he asked in this way to this highly fortunate Brahmana, and he was pleased by his question. Prishtaha sabhajita. So some questions are very pleasing, some questions are very irritating also. So when this question was asked, he was very happy to hear this question, just like when King Parikshit asked question to Sukdev Goswami when he first met him, and he was very happy. He says, Variyan esate prashna lokahit kritan nripa. He immediately praised him that your question is wonderful and this will bring welfare to humanity. So here also the question which was raised by King Yadu is that which will bring knowledge to human beings. And those who are learned, those who are elevated people, they like such questions because they also want to distribute their knowledge for the good of humanity. As he will himself speak that how he has learned from various gurus, earth, water, fire, etc. And one of the teaching which he learns is how to do welfare to others. Pranay arthai dhiyar vacha. Krishna says, with your life, with your intelligence, with your wealth, with your speech, you do good to others. So like the plants and trees, they are engaged like that. So Prishtas Sabhajita Praha. So then he spoke Prashraya Avnatam Dvija. So that Brahmana Dvija, he spoke to the king who was very humble. So generally kings are proud because they have the highest position in the society. They are the ruler. But here it is described Prashraya Avnata. He was bowing down to the Brahmana out of great humility. So that is the way to acquire knowledge. If you want to acquire knowledge from a teacher, then you have to be respectful to the teacher. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Krishna says, he gives the formula how to get knowledge. So he says pranipat pariprasna seva. So he is also doing pranipat, prashrayavnata. So then Yadu did that, then Brahmana was very pleased. Brahmanyena iti tat paricharyaya eva tadvasi karishnuna ityartha. So Brahmanya means what? So Brahmanya means one who is devoted to the Brahmana. One devotion also means one who serves the Brahmana. So that's what controlled. Service brings the person under your control. Generally those who are serving you, so they are seen as inferior to you. But if they do service with devotion, with respect, then the person who gets served also comes under their control. That's why Krishna, although he is most powerful person, he also comes under the control of his devotees. So aham bhakta paradhina. He says, I am under the control of my devotee. So why is that? Because devotees do loving service to them. So therefore he says Brahmanya means that he was controlled by him. Paricharya eva tadvasi karishnu. So karishnu, in this Ishnu pratyaya is used in the sense of Shila. Means this is the nature that if you do service, then it brings the person under your control. Sumedhasa iti swabuddhi prinitam tana manaskena. So Sumedhasa, intelligent, means swabuddhi pranita tan manaskena. So by his intelligence he pleases him. Tat prativachane hetu. So these were the reason why the Brahmana replied to him. Means it was not possible for him not to reply to such a person. He could have also said, he is not talking to anybody. Jadonmatta pisachvat, he is wandering like foolish, ignorant. So he could have not spoken. He could have just wandered like Jad Bharat. Jad Bharat did not speak. He was even engaged in carrying the palanquin of king, but still he did not speak. The king was taunting, still he did not speak. But after some time he decided. So here this Jad Bharat was also Avdhut. So he is also Avdhut. So he could have just avoided him. But why he did not Avdhut does not mean that they are actually crazy. They look like mad. They look like mentally disturbed people. But they are not. They look like that because they don't have any interest in anything material. They don't want to achieve anything materially. So because of that, they look as if they are crazy. Their actions don't match with common people. But they are highly wise and realized. So therefore he says that this is the reason for replying him. Brahmana uvacha Santi me guruvo rajan bhavo buddhi upashritaha yato buddhim upadaya mukto atamyaham tam shrunu ihatam shrunu. So now is again himself making this point which I have been saying, that how Krishna is highlighting the importance of buddhi which every human being has. Every human being, if can use their buddhi, they can actually become free from trouble. We have this wonderful gift in the form of buddhi. If we can start utilizing it, we will not remain Buddha. We will actually become Buddha. But we do not utilize it. We are misers. Our buddhi keeps on sleeping. So if our buddhi becomes awake and we become aware of every action we take, every movement we do, every thought comes, desire comes, if we watch it, observe it, act on it, or what is happening around us. This is what many people teach these days, being in present, here and now. This is what it means. This is wakefulness of buddhi. Because this is the function of the buddhi, this awareness, this jagrukta. So, to be conscious, that is the function of buddhi. So this is what he is saying. So he says that, O king, I have many gurus. People are afraid of having one guru. He says, I have many gurus. Santi me guruo rajan bahavo. Many, many gurus. But these gurus are not gurus as we think. He says, buddhi upashrita. I have taken shelter of these gurus with my intelligence. Means I see something, I learn from that. And then I am calling that object as my guru, because I take instruction from that. So he is being very grateful, because these gurus, none of them are giving him any class or any instruction. They are not teaching. He is learning by seeing them, just like Eklavya. Dronacharya did not teach to Eklavya. He just accepted Eklavya and Dronacharya as his guru, and then he practiced. So here he is not that these people, these objects which he is going to mention, they cannot even give instruction. They are insentient objects, they don't talk. But he says buddhi upashrita. And yato buddhim upadaya mukto atami ham. So he says, I have taken wisdom from these gurus and I have become liberated, free from all trouble for problems, and I wander on the earth without any difficulty, without any problem. So buddhya eva upashrita natu updeshena. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that I am under their shelter, not that they are giving me upadesh, instruction, but only by my buddhi, by my deliberation, by my observation. So he is very, very keen observer of the nature. So in the same way, those who have good intelligence, like you see poets, how they write poetry, and they make lot of conjectures in the objects around them, they analyze them. So because they are having good intelligence. Kavi means poet, Kavi also means who has intellect, good wisdom. So therefore he says that they are not my guru because they have given me explicitly some instructions, but simply by buddhi. Sansarik sapta santapan mukta. And by learning from them, I have become free from sansarik santap, means the tribulations which may come from samsara. Because we live in this material world, so everything is not favorable to us. So many unfavorable situations come in our life, even in our family, even from our partners, our relatives, friends, workplace. Even if you go outside to market, from the crowd, from the people traveling on the road, from the dogs on the street, from the monkeys on the roof. So many problems you face. So he says that I don't get troubled by any of this. So that's why he says jadavat. If something is inert, if when you are walking on the street and you have a bag on your shoulder, the bag is not disturbed. Right? Because bag is jada. It's inert. So he is also like that. He says, I also decided not to be disturbed, like my bag is not disturbed. So he says, this bag is more intelligent than me. Why shall I be disturbed if my bag is not disturbed? So that is what he says, that sansarik santapat mukta, free from material tribulations. So now he gives the list of his gurus. There are 24 gurus he has. That's quite a lot to handle.
Babaji, I was just going through. Till now, there is no mention that it is Dattatreya anywhere. So, how do they come to this conclusion that it is Dattatreya?
Maybe some other Purana it is mentioned.
Okay, so external. In Bhagavata at least there is no direct mention. Okay.
Yeah, it must be mentioned because many of these stories are also found
in other
say Vishnu Purana.
Got it.
So Prithvi, Vayu, Akasham, Apo, Agnis, Chandrama, Ravihi, Kapoto, Ajgara, Sindhu, Patango, Madhukrit, Gajaha, Madhuva, Harino, Meena, Pingala, Kuraro, Bhakaha, Kumari, Sharkrita, Sarpa, Unanabhi, Supeshakrit, Ete me Guruvo, Rajan, Chaturvinstir, Ashritaha, Shiksha, Vritti, Bhirete, Sham, Anvashiksham, Mihatmanaha. So he says that, O king, I have 24 gurus of whom I have taken shelter, and by their vrittis, by their actions or functions, vritti also means function, or by their existence, how they exist, I have learned about self. So this is the list. There is earth, air, akasha, water, fire, moon, sun, pigeon, python, ocean, a moth, honeybee, elephant, person who collects honey from the beehive, deer, fish, Pingala. Pingala is the prostitute in Mithila, so that means he was also wandering to their place. Kurara is bird, Arbhaka is child, Kumari, spinster, unmarried young girl, Sharakrit, one who is making arrows, Sarpa, snake, Unnabhi, spider, and Supeshakrit is a wasp. So these are the 24 gurus. Now, most of them are also available to us. So you can become Guru Bhai of the Avadhut. You can take Diksha. And you can say that he is our God brother. Because we are also learning. So he says, I have studied from all of them. So it is good because what he has learned, next time we see any of this, we can also remember that okay, this is the teaching which he had. This can be our homework. When you see the earth, then remember what he has studied from earth. When you feel the air, even if it is coming from the AC or the fan, then you can remember, okay, what did he learn? Akasha, water, fire, sun, moon, pigeon. Pigeon these days not easily available. You can see some other bird, python. We have to go to maybe some museum to see that. Ocean. So anyway, many of them are available to us also. So I don't think there is any comment on that. So etesham vritti bhireva atmaneh shiksha shikshniyan arthan anushiksham. So he says that only by their actions, their characteristics, their behavior, or even their very existence, I have learned. And shikshniyan arthan anushiksham, things which can be learned from them, I have learned from them. So this is
Babaji, here, if I remember in Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami mentions the acceptance of such kind of guru, multiple of such gurus is only for the purpose of, learning the differences in the various schools, and when a Paramarthik guru is not available. This is what he mentions. So my question here is, if that is the case, then by this, by this kind of study, then the Paramarthika phala will not be available to somebody. Is that correct?
yeah, this Krishna already said that, if you remember that, or at least the commentator said
it, correct.
that I am beyond. When he said that, Krishna said you can learn by Pratyaksha and Anuman.
It's not by Tarka.
So then he said that you can learn all this, but you cannot learn. Means by Anuman, just like you study Nyaya, so there is Ishwarvada.
Correct.
So by Anuman you can understand that there has to be a creator, right? But what are the qualities of the creator? How does he look like? Because Anuman does not give you direct experience. Anuman gives indirect knowledge.
Correct.
When you make an inference of fire by seeing smoke, you don't really see any specific fire. You only imagine that there is a fire.
Yeah.
But what type of fire is it? Big fire, small fire? Is it electric fire, wood fire, or petrol fire? Right? Fire is also many types. Grass fire. So, what is that? Arni, Mani, Nyaya.
Nyaya. Trina, Arani, Mani.
So, Arni, wood, Tran, grass, Mani. Suryakant Mani, lens. So different types of fire. Fire is not just fire, but it's also variety. So by inference you cannot know that. So similarly by inference, at most we can understand that there must be something superior, some person behind this universe. You cannot go beyond that. And you cannot have an experience of that. So therefore here also it says vrittibhir etesham anvashiksham ye atmane, means I understood about self, that okay, there is self beyond body. But what is self? What are its characteristics? All this cannot be known from this. So yato yadanusikshami yatha va nahushamatmaja tattatha purusha vyagra nibodha kathayami te. So he says, what I studied from whom, yato yat, means from whom what I studied, O Nahus Atmaja, means son of Yayati. Yadu's father's name was Yayati. Yayati had 2 wives, Devyani, Sarmishta, 5 sons. Yadu was one of them. So tattatha purusha vyagra nibodha kathyamite. So he says that I am going to now describe to you. So listen that carefully. Bhutair manopi dhiro daiva vashanugaihi tatvidvan chalain margat anvashiksham chiter vratam. So the first guru is Prithvi, earth. So he says that although earth is trampled by many people, people are walking, running, jumping, doing all types of things on the earth, digging, dropping bombs, making bore wells, pulling out water, right? Mining, pumping petrol, diesel, so all types of things, but she remains shant, undisturbed. So he says, Bhutair akramya mano api dhiro daiva shanuga. So various types of bhutas, living beings, who are under the control of their daiva, they trample over earth in many ways, but seeing that how the kshiti, the earth remains very firm, steadfast, fortitude. So therefore it says a person who is a dhira should also remain like this and not move from his path. So na chalet margat means you are situated on a particular path, then many people will cause you trouble. So then you should not move from your path. You should remain fixed like earth. So earth is the sign of stability. So we should learn the characteristic of being stable, being fixed, unshakable by external problems. So he says, Bhutair Daiva Vashanugai. So we should know that other people who are causing trouble to us, they are also under the control of Daiva. So Daiva is Chatra Panchamam. So he is not independent. But when we see someone causing trouble to me, we think as if this guy is master of his own senses, he has planned it to trouble me like this. But if we know that this person is also driven by his or her samskaras, then we will not be as disturbed. Like if you are walking and a dog barks at you, so you don't become so disturbed that till evening you are troubled by why the hell this dog barked at me, this rascal dog, what does he think of himself, right? But human being bark at you, and then you don't forget it for 10 years. That is, they also bark. And the only difference is the dog's language we don't understand. Dog is also saying something. Right? He may be using some abusive language. But we have no idea, So think like this. So why we don't become upset with a dog or with a monkey or anybody like that? Or mosquito comes and bites you. Suppose some human being comes and pokes a needle in your body. How upset you will be. But this is what mosquito is doing. And he comes again and again. You drive him away, he again comes back. Very persistent. So imagine some man coming and sucking the blood with an injection. So how angry you will become. So this is Daiva Vasaga. That they are also under the... So just as you protect yourself from mosquito, you protect yourself from dog, you also protect yourself from a monkey. You do that. But you don't continue thinking about it and remain disturbed and then I'm going to make sure that I demolish this person. Make plans like that. So protect yourself from the attacks of others, but don't remain disturbed and remain firm. So then what happens that even if we don't give up our sadhana, our practice, but at least whenever we are engaged in writing or thinking about them, that much we have deviated from our path. Instead of being on our path, doing the practice, the sadhana, engaging in bhakti, for that amount of time, we have deviated. So that's what it says, Vidwan na chalet margat. So this is possible when you are Vidwan. Means you are situated in knowledge, you have understanding what is happening. So this is what it means, using your buddhi, having awareness, having a picture of how things are happening around us, what is going on. But when we do not use our buddhi like this and we just carried away with the emotion, because either we are being under the control of our buddhi or our emotions. So then when we are controlled by our emotions, then buddhi is thrown into the garbage, and then we get into action and reaction. So that a person did something because of the daiva, because of the karma, past karma, he is acting. That karma may not be related to you, but he has his karma to act like that. He has acquired that nature. So he is acting. It may be related to you from the past, may not be related to you. But the way the other person is acting is definitely because of his or her past karma. That's an outcome of their svabhava. Svabhava is product of their action. So now we will become entangled in their karma. This is called karmanubandhan. And then we have like all this net karma with this person, karma with that person, karma. And as many people around you, that many threads are in your body pulling you. Like that Lilliputian story, the guy is sleeping and those Lilliputs come and they tie him from outside. So we get tied like that in the web of karma. This is the karma web. So he says, if you are vidwan and you are dhira. So dhira means that you have fortitude. You have control of your mind, your senses. You are not immediately reacting. Otherwise what happens is that we react. Somebody does something to us, then immediately our reaction comes. And then we lose track whether we are acting or we are reacting. So it goes into a loop and continues, and then there is no end to it. And end result is just suffering, frustration, and more karma generated from that. So he says that person who is dhira, he is not disturbed by that.
But I'm just trying to understand this here. For example, if we take some activities of dharmic activities, for example, Arjuna was fighting in the battle. Now he has rage and he's, fighting with the opponent, he's reacting to the opponent's rage and everything. So is it the point here that his ego is not associated with his emotion, or that it is not influencing him? That would be the...
Yeah, he's not doing, he's acting beyond raga and dvesha.
So the cause of that vritti, from where will it come?
Yasanaham krito bhavo
Correct.
buddhiriyasya nilipyate. So that is the state from which he is acting.
So what is the cause of this vritti? I am trying to understand.
Which vritti?
Suppose he has, anger or something, he has krodha. So that vritti's cause will be what then, if it is not raga and dvesha?
No, the anger is coming because the other person is causing trouble to you, what you want to do. But you are not under the influence of that. Not that you are not acting because of anger, but you are using anger for your action.
So the hetu is more as a badhaka. Krodha hetu will be badhaka, that my dharma is not fulfilling, rather than that there is dvesha.
Yes. So kshitehe kshamam sikshitvan ityaha. So he says from earth he has learned kshama, forgiveness. So this is very important. If we learn to forgive, we can remain peaceful. When we are unable to forgive, then very small things disturb us. It's everybody's experience. So therefore he says that this is the first characteristic. This is the foundation. Kshitehe kshama. Sikshitvan Ityaha, that is being described here, Bhutairiti. Daivashaha Pitradayos Tesham Anugais. So Daivasha means Devas is translating Pitris, forefathers. So is it Indra their controller, he is their follower. And therefore still the earth is not disturbed by that. Tadvidwan bhutanam daivasvartitvam janan. So a person who is knowledgeable, who understands that living beings, they are under the control of various karma, samskaras, their vasanas. Knowing this, he is forgiving. He forgives them. He doesn't react. We'll stop here. Sandeep.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. So this last shloka, this Shama, one has to do the duty, because you come across some corrupt people and you want to take strict action against them. So they will come and ask for forgiveness and there you have to perform your duty, isn't it?
Yeah, if you are a judge, you have to do that. But if your wife gets angry at you, now what you are going to do? Punishment?
No.
Yeah, so therefore you have to see in which situation he is saying. If you are a judge, you have to give judgment. What is the problem?
Yeah, that's right. What I'm trying to understand is that what exactly is the lesson. That means while keeping your duty, even if I take some strict action against someone, giving him show-cause notice or whatever, something like that. And
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is this the only thing you are doing in your life? Give me one example. Give me one practical example.
In the job.
Yeah, give me example in your job.
So I found one of my clerical staff was corrupt. So I had to give him some notice and then take some action against him.
Yeah, take it.
But then before that, they will start come and ask, we have got family, please excuse us, give us chance, this, that, whatever.
Yeah. So now you have to have discrimination whether this person deserves to be excused or not.
So the lesson from earth is that...
That's why I'm saying that lesson from earth is not always... is this the only thing are you doing in your life?
No.
So there are other people also. You may have your colleague and he maybe says something nasty to you. So are you going to now punish that person, take an action?
No.
So that's what he's saying. You can be forgiving in that situation. Understand, as he's saying, that this person, maybe he had a fight with his wife this morning. He's in a bad mood, he speaks like that. So you protect yourself. Otherwise you will disturb your mind.
Yes.
And even in this case of your clerk who is doing, you can do it in a peaceful manner. Okay, this is my duty, I have to chastise this clerk, but not that you are disturbed, And then you go home and you fight with your wife, this rascal clerk did this, I'm so upset, I'm so disturbed. Not like that.
Okay.
So many things in our life we come across. You're driving, somebody in front of you not moving, then you get angry. Or somebody is behind you and you are on the red light and the guy is honking. Now what is the point in honking? There is a red light, you cannot move. But you see many times people doing stupid things like this. Everybody knows there is a red light, nobody can move, why are you honking? But people do that, at least in India, because they say please horn. So they have to follow the order. Okay, Mohini.
I was having a question on the point which we made yesterday, that by using the buddhi and pratyaksha and anuman, one can come to the conclusion that there is an intelligent operator behind all this. So my question is and that this conclusion will also uplift the one. So my question is, what kind of upliftment happens to the person, and is it correct to say that anyone can be uplifted by this conclusion by using buddhi and anuman and pratyaksha? If anyone, no matter from which religion or from which part of the world he comes or she comes to the conclusion that there is a God, anyone can be uplifted, not only people from Vedic society or like that.
So tell me why it is only that people will be afflicted from Vedic society and not others?
Yeah, I think that anyone can be uplifted, even anyone from the world.
Okay, so you got the answer of your own question.
Okay. So what kind of upliftment one gets by just realizing that there is a God?
So now,
Because only paramarthic truth you only get when you really come in contact with Bhagavan.
so now this is a homework for you, Mohini. And you can use AI because you are good at that. So tomorrow you tell this. What is the reply to this question? And what did AI tell you? Because I know you are going to ask this to AI instead of using your own buddhi.
Babaji, Krishnadas ji is writing that the verse is in Vayu Purana, second part, chapter 70, verses 35 to 38. I think he's talking about the three-legged person who could be.
Okay, read the verse.
Okay, yes, Babaji, you can hear me
Yeah.
right now? Thank you. So, the verse itself in Sanskrit, I did not find it till now, but it says that Kubera have 3 feet, huge body, stout head, large chin, 8 fangs, green mustache, pie-like ears, and red complexion. That his arms were short and long, one short and the other long. On seeing such a son assuming a cosmic form, the father himself said, "This is Kubera, ugly-bodied one." The word ku is used to indicate contempt. The body is mentioned by the word Bera, hence he is called Kubera because of his deformed body.
Okay. I don't know, at least in our course it's not mentioned, but okay. That explains.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I see that in
Even-
Bhagavad Veda.
even the two-legged people become three-legged in old age. They have a stick. So that is the third leg.
Yes. Thank you so much. And some others no legs because they have wheels then after.
Yeah, I mean, Kuvera means one who has an ugly body, but I didn't know that he has 3 legs. I didn't read anywhere.
Yes, in
Kubera means Kutsit Bera. Kutsit Bera Deha Yasasa Kubera. That's the etymology.
Thank you.
Okay.